Hi y'all, Connie here. Welcome to shipment number 7 of the Tristan and Isolde Yarn Club from Roundtable Yarns. I am really excited about this one. I did a little peeking online beforehand in the Ravelry group, so I know what's in here, but I'm still excited to see it and touch it because I have not used this yarn base before. Also, bonus, I reworked the Indubious Neck Cow from shipment number 5's yarn in this fun green color, and I just thought I'd show you another way that you can wear it. You don't have to line the buttons up exactly. You can use 1 or 2 of them and just sort of play with it, so it's a really fun design in that way too. But anyway, let's get to this month's shipment and see what's inside. All right, let's see. Howdy, we're into the final third of the Yarn Club shipments. Yeah, it's going to be over before we know it. I'm so sad. That's okay. All right, so check out the bundle, and it's time to open the bag and take a look. So let's do that now. All right, I'm going to set this here. And peek. Ooh, this is pretty green. More green. More green. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't think about that. Woo! I really like this. This is a good color for me. You probably can't see it really well, but I run on the red side in my hair, so yeah. Ooh, all right, so we have here Camelot. It is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon fingering weight yarn, and it's called Cave of Lovers. This should be an interesting addition to the story. So let's see what she has to say about it here. Okay, if you're familiar with Roundtable Yarns, you've probably run across the Camelot base before. Super soft blend, merino cashmere nylon is a favorite for many, and she thinks you'll be able to tell why when you touch it and work with it. Yeah, it's really soft. It's super soft, and the tonal quality of this, the green, is so pretty. Yeah, can you see that? See how pretty it is? Ooh, love it. So pretty. It's kind of a, it's not a mint green. Maybe an evergreen color? I don't know. I've got to get better at my color descriptions. Okay. This yarn works nicely in any number of projects, especially something worn next to the skin. I think it's going to be another piece for our necks. Even though it has nylon content, socks in this yarn will feel amazing on your feet, but may show wear, like the fuzzy wear. So she suggests using a really tight gauge for wear if you're going to use socks. I don't need to worry about that, and I'm not making any socks. So, cables, lots of texture. Oh, no, she says not to use those because it's not going to show it off that well because it's so soft and it has a looser twist. I didn't notice that on the fiber. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit looser. Okay, so more simple stitches. Again, that's what I did with this, and that was fun. It's faster than working up something fancy and complicated with cables. We'll see. It says the past few months you've gotten some stitch markers and the little scissors. This month's goodie is a place for you to store those and other notions. Fun! Okay, let's see. Here's our cards. Roundtable Yarns with a little tin. Oh, how cute! That's perfect. That is going to be, well, that's probably going to live right about there. All right, so let's take a look at our story, A and B. All right, Cave of Lovers. It seems that Mark has grown weary of fighting against the love of Tristan and Isolde. Instead of punishing them, he tells them he can no longer endure the uncertainty and gives them leave to be with one another. They just have to go away from the court. Wow, poor Mark. Tristan and Isolde travel through the forest, taking Tristan's hound, but not Pettigrew, and find a marvelous a marvelous cave in a grotto. The grotto is described as the most beautiful place in the cave, as if designed specifically for lovers. The author spends a long time describing the Cave of Lovers and the symbolism of everything found there, but the most important part is that this place seems like a Garden of Eden. Here, Tristan and Isolde are able to devote themselves fully to one another, living off the land with very few cares in the world. They spend their days walking through the forest, reading stories to one another, and playing Tristan's harp and singing. Sounds lovely. Meanwhile, Mark finds himself grieving even more than he had before, wishing he hadn't let his wife go. He decides to go on a long hunt to take his mind off his sorrow. He goes after a white hart. White harts are usually always seen as leading a knight on some type of adventure, but is unable to catch it. In pursuit, Mark is led toward the cave where Tristan and Isolde have been living. The lovers, out for a walk, hear the hounds and suspect Mark is in the forest. They decide to lie down apart from one another, with Tristan's naked sword between them, showing that they are innocent of any suspected relationship. One of Mark's men finds the cave and discovers a window into the cave. He sees the scene with Tristan and Isolde and the sword and reports back to Mark. The king looks upon the scene himself and wonders why the two, if they were lovers, would sleep thus. He begins once again to doubt their guilt. He covers the window with grass and dirt so no one else can see and disturb the couple, and goes away. When Tristan and Isolde wake, they notice the window. Upon investigating further, they find footsteps and determine that Mark must have seen them. They return to Mark's court, where they are welcomed back with open arms. Seriously? At this point, they are more determined than ever to keep their affair a secret. They do not spend time alone in one another's company and try not to look at one another with longing. Even though Mark still suspects something is going on between the lovers, he decides to turn a blind eye and ignore it as long as they are not obvious. But Tristan and Isolde are able to stay apart for only so long before their passion can no longer be denied. One day, Isolde finds herself in her garden, looking for a place to relax during the heat of the day. She finds a cool spot and has a royal couch spread upon the ground. She sends her attendants away, sending Brangaine to Tristan with a message. Afterward, Brangaine is to keep watch and make sure the lovers are not disturbed. Brangaine sits with the other ladies, ruminating on the situation, and is surprised when Mark enters the room looking for Isolde. Before she can say anything, he enters the garden and witnesses Tristan and Isolde together in one another's arms. This is the first time he has ever seen the evidence with his own eyes, but even then he can't quite believe it. Oh, Mark. So he leaves them sleeping and goes to find others to witness what he has seen. While he is leaving, Tristan wakes and sees the king. He immediately wakes Isolde to tell her what has happened. They realize they must part. Isolde pledges that she will always remain faithful to Tristan and implores him to do the same, to promise that no other woman will ever come between them. Tristan promises, taking a ring Isolde gives him, and leaves Cornwall right away. When Mark returns with his witnesses, they find Isolde alone in the garden. The others think Mark was imagining seeing the couple together and implore him to have done with trying to prove his wife's guilt. But the damage has been done and the lovers are separated. Oh my, what a story. I can't wait to see how this ends. I don't even know who I'm rooting for anymore. I feel just so terrible for Mark, but at the same time, you gotta just admit the obvious at some point, right? Oh well, anyway. So, Cave of Lovers. This is a nice yarn. Well, I'm not going to be crocheting caves into it, obviously. Trees would probably be too obvious a choice, but I don't know. Ooh, maybe leaves with the green. But she recommends against cables. Well, I'm a rebel. I might just have to try it anyway. I don't know. I really like this this colorway though. This is fun. It's almost got a bluish tint to it. This is really pretty, super pretty. So we'll see what I can do with this, and I will see you next time. Bye.